Hello everyone. Here's a question. Is 10 better than 3? We might first assume more is better. For example, 10 is better than 3 if it's what we're paid per hour. It's better to have 10 minutes between classes than 3. And I'd want to eat 10 M&Ms rather than 3. Most English teachers and grammar books agree that there are 10 common comma rules. When it comes to comma rules, I think you'll agree that 3 is better than 10, if it means you'll still be right most of the time. The screencast video today will help you understand comma rules and begin to use them correctly in your writing. First, we'll start with an easy rule. Use commas in lists of more than 2 items. In this first sentence, 3 things are mentioned, and the commas help separate them clearly. The second sentence shows that a list can be of items of more than 1 word. A thesis statement, supporting stories, and a clear lesson. Easy. The third example shows that the list can be 3 actions as well. Doing the dishes, taking out the garbage, and washing my own clothes. Second, put a comma after short introductions. For this one, rely on your ear. The first one is called direct address. It's when you use a person's name. If I turned the sentence around and said, "Will you pass the potatoes, Kevin?" there would still be a comma between the sentence and the name. The second example separates the time from the main sentence. When you read it aloud, you can hear a natural pause right here. Finally, the third sentence has an introduction that sets the scene and describes the grandmother. The comma helps keep the ideas clear by inserting the pause. The third rule is the one which causes writers the most errors. The main idea of this rule is in the black box. Commas are not the same as periods, and they cannot be used in the same way. Periods are used to separate sentences. Commas cannot be used to do that unless they also have a conjunction. Consider these 3 sentences. Each one shows a comma next to a conjunction. This allows 2 complete sentences to become 1 sentence. These 3 examples use the 3 most common coordinating conjunctions: and, but, and or. This slide shows 3 different examples of incorrect sentences or comma splices. In each, a comma is used, but each side of the comma is a complete sentence. What's really needed is a period, but that's not the only way to correct a comma splice. There are actually 3 ways to make these comma splices correct. You could put a period between complete sentences, put a comma and a conjunction, or change that comma into a semicolon. This chart shows you how you can fix the comma splice in these 3 different ways. In this example, the comma splice can be corrected by putting a period between the independent clauses or sentences to create 2 separate small sentences. Here, you can insert a coordinating conjunction and a comma. Third, you could change the comma to a semicolon. I'm not the only English teacher who thinks semicolons make students appear smarter, so use them once in a while. Semicolons can always be used to replace a period. That's it. The rest of the comma rules are related to these three key rules. So if you can master these three, you will have correct comma usage almost all of the time. Have a great day.